Let's go. Okay.
It's your show. I'm just.
We going live. And we are live.
Woo, okay.
We live. Okay, I need you to go live now on your space.
You talking
There
about
we
me
go.
or
CJ, we're live here. You could definitely check out, see if there's any comments.
Okay.
Hey, everybody out there in the world. If you're watching, let me know if you can hear me. It is a little, yeah. I'm multitasking.
Which one?
Comments. If there is something that pops up, okay. I also don't want to log back in stream because I don't want it to. You can sit here.
Oh,
Where do you want to?
Malik, as you hear the conversation, if there's certain questions that could probe that you think are helpful in terms of open-ended or the way in which we'll be structuring the report out, feel free to throw that question in the space.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Live. Can you press live? Is it here?
Jazzy, can you call Ryan, please?
Yeah.
Here you go. I'm live now, but I don't even know what this means, so.
No, there we go. I got it. It's going live.
Is this right?
Oh,
really?
there we go. I got it on my end. So don't go.
Keep me out of there.
All I see is my face. There you go.
Oh, so we done?
We live.
Oh.
So you can watch your page. When you get out here, see if you can see me and let me know if you can hear me on yours. You see it? You watching it? What you mean?
Hit the
Go on Instagram. No, you want to see if you're live. And hey, y'all, in the world of us. If you can hear me on this one, then no, that's not it. Where is it? Let's see. Okay, I need you to go live now.
Oh, that part.
But check the CHW one too.
Okay.
And go to your page.
Okay.
Thank you.
Were you on CJ?
Hey, y'all.
Hi.
Oh, good. Never mind. Okay, yeah, she said never mind. She did.
We in session. Tell them don't call us no more.
My bad, we live.
Hey, to my Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We on all the good platforms, y'all.
Woo.
Woo. Yes. Coming live from the CHW Summit. Shout out to y'all for joining me in this session. So this is the live community conversation with the Hood Talks podcast. And so I am your host, Savannah. We have been doing this podcast since 2020, and we have grown. I'm bringing it into spaces like this because I believe it's important to have community conversations everywhere. But thank you to the CHW Summit for inviting us in the space. This is my co-host.
I'm Shante Love. How y'all doing this afternoon? I also have the pleasure of being a CHW for the past few years, and I am excited. I love it when we all come to this space to not only network and fellowship, but also gather resources from one another. There are some things that I may know that another CHW may not, and just sharing that wealth because we're all servicing the same community. So,
Yes, yes. So to all my folks that are typing in from social media, I need y'all to do me a good solid. Make sure you like, share this video because, yeah, we're going to be talking all things CHWs.
hey yo.
How many people are here CHWs?
Like, are we talking officially certified or?
See, no, that's when we go into the logistics. I know some of us are CHW allies, some of us went that class, paid their money, but we're all community lovers and are doing our best. She's trying to get technical with it. Because that's what she went through. She's like, I did my time.
Yeah, I know. It was a lot.
That research manual was like 100 and some pages.
Ooh, Lord. But now we got all the resources, right? Now we're resourceful. We resourceful.
Yeah.
But that was no joke in that space. Okay, it was not. So shout out to. Have you all graduated?
Yes.
Yes.
Not me yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not
You
yet.
chucking along.
I'm sure.
Chuck
I'm waiting
along.
on my turn.
Okay, your turn is coming. Okay. Yes, it's coming soon. It's coming soon. All right, so we got an icebreaker because I like icebreakers. I like asking y'all questions. When you hear CHW, what does it mean to you? I'm gonna go around the room because everybody gonna speak up in here.
And we're
Come on, girl.
Oh, we're starting with me.
Yes. What does it mean when you hear CHW?
I feel like we're space weavers.
Oh.
So we hold space for individuals in our communities, and a lot of times it's
the communities that we're serving are the communities that we're coming from. And so we are being to those people what we needed when we were like in the heart of the community.
Oh, I like all of
In the
that.
heart of the community.
Space Weaver, I'm still in it.
Okay, moving back to you we love our CHW shirts.
I know, come through.
Come through.
I feel like the resource manual, we are the resource manual. All of the events that we partake in, and we exchange flyers and cards and add to our list. So when our clients call us, we have multiple numbers to give to them for the services that they're looking for.
We are the resource manual. Yeah. I like that too. I agree. Because again, when I think of it, it's resourceful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ain't nobody calling 211-411, they calling us.
That's all it
They
is.
call us.
For me, it's client-centered, because, you know, we want to make sure that we are getting them just not to any place, but the right places, in the right communities, the right neighborhoods, all of that.
Take
So,
me to church.
yes.
That's what we have, my girl. CHW church. Okay. All right. I love it. Y'all coming. Y'all hitting with some heavy hitters. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a twofold, because before I had no idea what a community health worker was, so it really would not have meant anything at the beginning. I was just unaware that that was even a thing and that I was already probably doing it. So,
That's important.
now I consider us like liaisons or community connectors. We kind of connect. Even if we're not the expert, I'm gonna connect you to the expert or the one. So I'm like a community connector.
Girl, I'm saying my word. I'd be like, I'm the connect.
Right?
Wait, I'm the connect.
I'm glad she said something else, 'cause baby, I don't know how to spell liaison. I was like, you should got something else to add to that. Okay.
If y'all don't know, Jazzy is a comedian, so she gonna always bring the jokes.
Always. We need that laughter though. What we deal in the community, how we show up for other people, no matter what we're going through, we dedicated ourselves to always to be able to show up for other people.
Yeah.
And that's a lot. Sometimes you gotta smile.
Huh? You gotta laugh.
You gotta laugh.
I agree. It's a lot we see in the work, in this work, and I agree with you that the connector. See, when I hear CHW, I think of a connector.
Yeah.
When I think of a CHW, I think of public service.
Mhm.
Good.
Public service.
Yeah.
Serving.
Being committed to serving your community, so.
Yes. I got you. Yes, ma'am.
Probably be a little.
She said not just one.
Cheat
but
sheet.
all of them
Okay.
all of them above. You ain't got now one word to add.
So how do you see yourself as a CHW? Because I've asked you that question before. How would you describe yourself as a CHW? If it was a word.
We're gonna come back to you because you ain't gonna leave this room without a word.
Right?
We're coming back. We're gonna start
No,
back.
I see myself, like a mother.
Okay.
Because,
Nurturing.
a nurturing.
A nurturer, yeah.
Because my mom and my grandma, everything I learned in community support class is everything my mom and my grandma have been doing. It just didn't have a name. There it is.
Ooh.
And that is so real. I think that has been a trend in this room so far, right? We've already been doing community health worker work. It's just we didn't have a name for it,
Right.
right?
Right.
And it's important to put a title on it and a salary to it
Yeah.
because it's different
Pay
work.
me.
Okay, put a salary to that as well. It's important. So
I didn't know school spell, y'all.
oh Lord, that's that public education.
Big facts.
All right,
That
sir.
degree is limited.
When you hear the word CHW?
I hear cultural mediation. I think you guys are the bridge between healthcare workers, providers, and patients.
Ooh, okay.
I don't think you can get. You got that one?
He
Cultural
said a
mediator.
bridge. Mediator, yes,
We
cultural
bridging.
mediator.
Okay.
You said the bridge, you gotta say that all, cause all of it was good.
See, this is what happens when you let black men speak, y'all. Keep going. I love it.
Well, you promote healthy behaviors and you advocate for the community. You know, you help manage chronic conditions and whatnot. So you guys are really excited.
Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate that. One thing that I love that he said, right? We are the bridge to it all. We're bringing all of it together, especially the patients, right? Because we represent. That's important. Representation matters, right?
That's our neighbors.
Say it again.
It's our neighbors. It's our family members. It's our friends.
It's that other person you mean like in high school. They still need resources. You're gonna have to help them.
You're gonna have to help everybody.
Yes.
Even the people that you might not like. And that's what CHWs are here for.
That part.
Okay, we got more people walking in the room. Y'all come this way.
Yeah, we over here.
We over here and y'all just walk in so y'all can answer the icebreaker.
What is it? I was looking
Okay, what you saying? Hey, me right here. When you hear CHW, what does it mean to you? Mama, come on. It's fine.
You want to sit next
Oh
to
no,
me?
she just answered. You can sit anywhere. You
No,
want.
I was saying come sit out here.
Oh, okay.
I was giving her the answer.
Initially, when I hear CHW, I think it's very misleading because a lot of people focus too much on the health part of CHW when CHWs are so multifaceted and they are, you guys are in so many different industries and fall under so many different umbrellas. I feel like it's not really a good representation of what a CHW is.
I have to agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Right.
I totally agree with you. I think people do get stuck on the health part.
Maybe there should be a hyphen between community and health.
Oh.
You come on, you take a seat too, sir. Everybody got a seat at the Hood Talks podcast. Okay? But you're right, we do. We might need to rethink the health part because we do that, right? And maybe it's because all the things that we're doing is because we want to better everyone's health and well-being.
Yes.
Right? But it takes so many things to do that. It takes so many pieces to make sure that that health part is thriving.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all joining us. Get in the middle to the
Yeah,
front.
we are live.
Trying to play my game.
Look at you.
I learned from the best. I learned from the best. Okay, you gonna answer?
Oh, not the front.
You gonna answer the question on this as you usher people into the space?
Oh, right by the thing.
Come on, girl. Thank you, love.
Right, you got Miss Ginger right by
Come
it.
on, Miss Ginger. Come on in the room. What, when you hear CHW, what does it mean to you?
Everybody didn't think about it. Y'all gotta answer.
Everybody gonna answer that. We gonna all answer that. We got our words up and down. You see?
I didn't know this was a question.
Right,
I think we're in the wrong room.
Community conversation with you. You're the community.
Yes.
That's how we roll.
I don't know if
You
Miss
know,
Ginger. I'm
you
gonna say
should
Miss
know
Ginger. If you don't know, Miss Ginger is one of the lovely instructors that we have at STLCC.
Yes.
Ushering us all into our CHW journey. So I don't think we got enough board for all the things you just did. I'm gonna get my dictionary out for real.
Give us one word, ladies. One word.
Community healing.
Community healing. I love that. Because I'm a healer in spirit. I love that.
Yes.
Diversity.
Diversity.
Ooh, okay. That's a good one.
Always.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, you're trying to catch my breath.
I know that was a long walk, wasn't it?
I had to drop off some cards.
Oh, okay. You've been
Bottom
working.
floor, up floor, down
Yeah.
floor.
Yeah, I was like, I was working. I get it. Want me to circle back?
Yes.
Okay, I'll circle back.
Disparities.
Here go Miss Ginger. She's gonna keep it going. Let's keep it on the list. I am not about to play with it. It's Friday close. People ain't gonna knock it.
You think I
Okay, y'all. So shout out to you all for engaging in that space. Because the thing that I always try to get with that is that CHWs are multifaceted. We do so many things. We're in so many spaces, but I don't think there's enough of community that knows about it.
Yes.
How do we get more of us to tap into the services that we offer, the connections, the resources that we offer?
The
network.
fellowship, I think that's what it comes down to. We gotta get out more. We can't be a community if we still in our houses.
This is my question to you all. How do we get more community to tap into CHWs? And not just talking about becoming one, but tapping into the services that CHW can provide.
Well, I think you first need to, I don't mean to take.
No.
The first thing you need to understand is what community is. Who is the community? Is your church? It's the grocery store? It's the shopping malls? Anything? Who is your, and I think because I've taught the class for a while, I think people believe it's your immediate circle, and it is not. It's wherever you can address the need of the, if you see something, say something.
So I'm about to do you one big one.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not. When we talk about the Hood Talks podcast and who our community is,
Mm-hmm.
now some people might fight this, but I ain't here for that. Black people.
Mm-hmm.
That is what we're talking about. So how do we get Black people to tap into the services that we as CHWs can
Remove
offer?
the fear.
Right.
Mm.
Well, community people, when we go back to how it says, I am the resource and client-centered, the more that people look like us and the more that we're able to actually go and speak in our communities, because people go into our communities not looking like us and then they code switch. And, as a Black and brown person myself in certain spaces, I catch myself doing that because of stigma and because it is seen as, we're using cultural slang or like our mannerisms or volume or things like that. Suddenly it's, oh, you're being aggressive. Suddenly it's, oh, you're making an uncomfortable or hostile environment because of the loudness. So when we have people who look like us, who are going into our communities, who are speaking our language, who are walking the walk, I think that is where we're meeting our target audience. And in order to get back into that community, we have to see again, or not see, but we have to not be afraid of providing what we needed when we were in those spaces.
I also would like to add something. I feel like you have to really check yourself as far as being inviting, because a lot of times we gotta watch our face. I mean,
Yes.
I'm not going to come to you for services and you are unwelcoming. Your presence feels like you don't want to be bothered. And I don't think that a lot of times the professionalism has gone out of it, so we can be professional as well as, have good energy, because that's, we are spirit people because we're melanated people, so we pick up on that quickly. And it's really important, in this work to not say that I'm doing the work, but be inviting to where that person can feel it.
In other words, awareness begins with trust.
Mm-hmm.
People that look like you, people in the same community to build that relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not now. That's not to say we don't want other people going into the community.
Yes.
But at first, because CHWs and the work that we're doing and we're putting a label on what we're doing, start off small. Like someone said, how do you eat an elephant? One small bite at a time. And so if we start off with people who look like those that we are trying to service, then that opens up for open-mindedness and being able to bring other people instead of just someone having a savior complex.
Yeah, I love that. But when I say community, understanding the community, and it can be Black, brown, whatever the community, but and I have learned over the course of the years, not many understand what community means. Who is the community?
Who is the community?
You are one.
Yes.
You can be the community.
Yes.
The one force that goes out and addresses a situation and get people comfortable enough to speak with you. And then you're able, as she said, and as this gentleman is saying, is to understand that you are there. And as you were saying, to understand, to bring people in. And then the confidence level is what we need to address as community health workers, is knowing the community. Each community is different.
Yes.
Each need in the community is different. So knowing we're not coming in on your white horse, believing you can save that complex, what she said, what this young lady said, but really understanding the community.
Really understanding, yes.
Who you are in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't ride up in your fur coat and 3-piece suit.
Yeah.
And,
hot.
but really acknowledging who the community is,
Really acknowledging who the community is that you're serving.
that you're serving.
Yes.
I also want to say that we still need to have some courage in fishing in the conversation, in the communication. Because every frown is not anger. Some frown is pain, some frown is discouragement. And sometimes we can look at faces like, oh, I ain't gonna say nothing because X, Y, Z. Well, in fact, we could be useful and resourceful to that person. So fish in the conversations, put something out there and see how they take it. And if you can take it further, and if you can introduce it, and it could be a growing conversation where not only are they getting help, well, they found the empowerment to help somebody else.
Yes, empowered, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I think people fail to realize that when you tap into other things and other people and spaces, that now you have that ability. You don't have to have some wide experience or knowledge. You have even just a little bit to share with your neighbor and with the people that need it, that may not be as adventurous or outgoing or know where to go.
Exactly.
And they may not realize they need it.
They might not realize that they need it. And I think that's a lot of times what it is. I say that all the time. The biggest, the biggest disparity or the biggest barrier is awareness. Because a lot of times you just don't know. And you can't know what you don't know.
Yep.
So how are we fixing that awareness? That's where I'm trying to come in. But how do we fix that awareness, right? Like today, this is a great space, right? But if you didn't know that you should be here, how are you gonna get here? So that's just.
Now, I was just gonna tap on what Ms. Ginger was saying, what Tracy was saying. That frown, sometimes they're not even aware they're doing it. So, and it could be your gate to go in to help, you know what I mean? I just use it as an opportunity. It makes me even wanna help you more, or not help. Talk to you more. I'll say that, talk to you more, because you might just need a little bit of conversation.
And a lot of times processing. And I say this for myself. I have that face sometimes. I'm just sitting there like. And it's like, why are you looking? And they take, especially those white saviors, they take it as you're trying to challenge them or you have an attitude and it's a lot of times it's just like, I have to tell people, I process slowly. I'm processing. And sometimes the outer is quicker than the outer. The outer gonna be like, what? Fix your facial then.
In, I guess, accordance with that, we also need to start having those hard conversations with our community. Because let's be honest, and I'm speaking from my personal experience, mental health, for example, it's, oh, you're depressed, go pray about it. Or, oh, depression, you don't know what that is, you got it good, you got a roof over your head, right? And we're not having these conversations in our community, or they're knowing it's going on, but it's going over their heads. And that is a direct link to when we're kind of trying to socialize with other people, right? So we're internalizing other people. Why do I gotta bring in everything that you got going on into me? I'm already carrying a lot of baggage as it is. We are not here to solve everybody's problems.
I'm glad you said that.
We are here, if you need somebody to hold it, I'll hold it. Give it to me for 5 minutes. But you're taking it back and I'm gonna teach you how to resolve those issues. But I think the first problem is that in our community, we're not talking about those, or we're not having those hard conversations. Because we're not having those hard conversations, people are being blind, and then that's where all of these misconceptions are coming from.
I'm gonna push back just a little bit. Because we are having those hard conversations.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of hard conversations. If you go listen to the Talks podcast, we're having those hard conversations. Because we need, I agree with you, we need to. I said it a lot. We need to get in these rooms and have some conversations.
Yes.
Because that's a way of getting information. That's the way of getting outside of yourself and thinking about how other people may think. And like you said, just because you think a certain way does not mean that it has to affect me, right? And it doesn't have to change my idea of how I want to think. But you still should have space to feel the way you feel. And that's in the work of CHWs. I had a flashback. In the work of CHW, I am not here to change you. That ain't what I'm supposed to do. Right, Ms. Ginger?
Right.
My job is to help you where you are and help you get where you want to go.
Because you are the expert on your life.
I am not here to tell you what you should be doing.
Yes.
I'm not telling you how you live in your life. I am saying, where are you now? Where do you want to go? And let's figure out what you need to get you there. Who can I connect you to get you there?
Exactly.
Yeah. I also would like to add that sometimes, a lot of times, even for myself, as a community of me, and then with whoever I'm connected with, sometimes I just need some easy, practical steps. What do I need to do?
Yes.
You want me to just type my name right here? That's practical. A lot of times, people don't even know what are the practical steps because they have maybe a bigger or loftier goal, or they have more things that they need to do, but they just don't know what the first step is or the second step.
Yes.
Even though it's like, yes, I may be depressed, but what do I do? Oh, call this number, do this. Sometimes it's just the practical things that can make it difficult. And we need to connect all those practical steps also in the community.
And we also, as CHWs, have to remember that we are not experts. We are not experts. We want to believe that we have the answer, and we have the answer in the resource. But sometimes we have to take a step back and say, I would love to help you with this. I personally cannot. It's not that I'm passing you off to someone else, but this person is an expert on how to handle this. So I think let me make that connection for you. Because when people come to us, they expect for us to have the answer.
Or to do it for them.
Or to do it for them. And we really don't have that. So it's a two-way thing, knowing the community and knowing who you are.
Absolutely.
Okay, I got another question for y'all.
Uh-oh.
It's like community conversations, Miss Ginger. It's not like that.
I'm going to go with this one, and then I'm gonna try to say this one. So we're gonna make it a little quick. I'm gonna go with this one right quick. Describe the impact you make as a CHW.
Can I answer that?
Go ahead.
So, because for me, I work in the Justice Center. And so the floor that I work on, as far as resources, there are not a lot of resources that I can offer. Some of them are not getting out of, going to court anytime soon. And so after doing intake assessments, doing red caps, I was seeing a lot of stuff that was going on, like it was similar, situational depression, anxiety.
I'm gonna ask you for the people outside of here. What is red caps?
Red Cap is it's the system that we use when we're doing the intake that, we're putting the data in. And so that's where we hold the data if anyone else needs to go and see it. And so these are questions that we're asking, how is your emotional health? How much would you rate it on this, poor, fair, good, very good, excellent. A lot of them were poor. Talk to me more about that. Not going to court, judge pushing the court date back. I'm away from my family. The workers in here don't see me, don't hear me, treat us badly. So for me, I was as I can assess needs, and I was like, you know what? I want to come up with a program. It's called Mind Over Matter, because I knew that it was stemming from trauma. And so I wanted to create something where I would do a program. It's a 2-day program. I do it Tuesdays and Thursdays for an hour and a half. And it's more so teaching them on when they're getting into that situational stress and anger, how they can, cope with that by doing deep breathing, focus, meditate. Because some of these are men that have internalized a lot of things. And so let me show you give you a toolbox.
Yeah.
So where you can go in that toolbox and use it. And so for me, the impact that it has made, like, these men, they just really wanted to be seen and heard, because a lot of times the people work there do not see them, and I am so thankful to be there, because I didn't even want to be in jail to get here. But I guess I needed to be there in that space just to even bring it up. So, like you said, we can't, I'm only me. And this is not going to be where I'm at for the rest of my life, but it can make an impact for now and maybe on down the line. Maybe they'll see the need. Maybe they'll bring in some more folks, because there's no therapy in there. They just throw medications to help them sleep. That's it.
And see, I was not aware of that until one of the students mentioned to me that they did not have mental health services.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It is, and she had mentioned appeal.
Mhm.
Like, okay, you got this, no matter what the pill size is,
Yeah.
this, you take this
That's
and
it.
everything will go
Mhm.
away.
And
But
can
they
you
gotta
imagine
wake
that
up.
most of them are probably taking it just to sleep sometimes?
They are.
Yeah,
They
they're
are.
taking it just to sleep their time away.
They are. And
Because
yeah.
what else are you doing?
No therapist, but we're signing them up for Medicaid. That's my job. So I'm signing you up for Medicaid, but you're gonna be here till like next year. You can't even use the Medicaid. So for me, I don't want to be in a space where I'm not really utilizing, being of help, like for real help. I don't want to look at it on a piece of paper and say, I signed these many people up for Medicaid.
Quality over quantity. We say that, we scream that. Quality over quantity. We have to flip the system to believe in that. It ain't about how many people you're serving if you're not getting them served. Woo!
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Listen, I've been ready. My Sunday best.
I love it.
I used to work with justice involved individuals, but I flipped the script because I feel like I did service to them. I'm sorry, y'all speak a lot. I don't even speak well. I feel like we were a disservice to them. We were not helping. I went on getting this false hope, and I don't want to call any names, but I felt like I was gonna be a blessing to someone. But I felt, like you said, we did red cap for IHN, and I thought that it was getting to these places like, oh, when I put them up, they're gonna go to IHN. They're gonna go everywhere I put them. They were just in the system. They weren't doing anything with it. So, because the insurance they have is just for jail. It's not for when they get out. So whatever meds they got in jail, what they were supplying them with, they weren't getting it out of jail. So that's one reason, like, I quit.
So
Because
that's even imaginable to think that if it was working for them,
Now.
then when they get out, they can't even access it.
Yeah.
You set people up for what? Failure.
Is it
I'm
really,
sorry. We keep it real right here at the Hip Hop
Always.
Podcast.
is it really working?
No.
Okay,
that's
okay,
a
let's
whole
talk
nother
about that. That is,
conversation.
it's not,
No, it's
the
true.
young lady just said that they're providing the medication to keep them more or less quiet. Am I not
Yes.
correct? So they're not receiving the services that are necessary to make them better. They're not receiving a therapist. They're not receiving all of those. So if that is the situation, they're not serving them. They're providing something. It's self-medicating.
It's a Band-Aid.
I set up a meeting though with I wanted to have a meeting next week because I feel, I don't know if it will make a difference, but I can't leave there without trying. So I am setting up a meeting to talk to them because they need to know that some of the workers there are sharing intimate information with the other cellmates about them and their cases. And there is no checks and balances, and that they sometimes leave them in their cell and when they are supposed to get out. And I'm like, you're in a holding facility. You have not been convicted yet. You're not even in prison. To be treated like that is, yeah.
Let me give y'all a little bit pushback. They may not know, right? We gonna give them benefit of the doubt. I know. We gonna give them, they might not know. So as a CHW, what are we doing? We're advocating.
Yeah.
Remember, we're the bridge.
We gotta get in the doors.
We're in the spaces that they might not even see.
Right.
So then we have to say, hey, guess what? This ain't working.
Savannah, we gotta get in the door.
We have to get into the doors. But she's in a space, for her point of view, she's in a space, right? She's in the door. So now she's like, before I leave this door, let me set up this to let y'all know. This ain't working. Now you've done what you can do, right?
Absolutely.
Because now it's on them
Absolutely.
to want to change.
Yeah.
Now that's a whole nother story, right? Because
Yeah.
then we be out here stressing ourselves and taking ourselves out.
Right.
Right.
You have to try to change the whole system, but as long
System
as,
changers.
Yeah.
That's my word.
so as long as she continues to plant the seeds, even into other people, if you continue to plant the seeds, my pastor calls it a proficient seed planter. But if you keep doing that, it'll sprout somewhere else, it'll keep going, even after you leave or after she left, like, it didn't necessarily die with you, but there was another one, I don't know what seed, but it came with her, and maybe she can talk to other people, and it's like, you know what that is, and it's gonna spark conversations, it's gonna just keep going, because somebody else is gonna see that there's a need.
You're telling the truth though, because Big Bro came to me and was like, you sparked something. And that made me feel so much better because I felt like, what you say earlier, that you were just what you say when you thought you were just not on the right path? What was the word you used in the room?
Me?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
When you said you weren't doing it for all for naught, basically, you said you were break down. Anyway, anyway, I thought I was on the wrong path and I thought I was doing something wrong, but talking to Big Bro, and he like, well, this is what you're gonna do, go ahead, you know?
Yeah.
It's for a reason, and it actually did spark conversation. It actually did do something.
Sure, join us, Big Bro.
This way though.
Yes, please, sit on over here.
This way.
I had to come up front, you had to.
I can't, because I'm ready to walk back out.
The owl needs to get you up.
It got me. So, look, so I'm loving what I'm hearing. I feel like I heard we're talking about like even like spaces inside jails. Is that what I just heard you talking about? So when we talk about you gotta get there, here's the thing, we are.
Yes.
Thing about us being there is how are we maneuvering now that we're there? Because see, the thing that we like to talk about is that we're no longer into trying to go into spaces and say we're trying to change systems. People are too comfortable with that now. Because here's what you can do with that. I don't run the system.
Ooh. Pushback. Yep.
That's not a thing I can change for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just part of doing what's blah, blah, blah. We're done with that excuse, right?
Yeah.
What we're trying to do now, instead of changing the systems, we're impacting the people who make the systems. So I can speak for me in working in the city and the county jail and as a CHW and having groups. One of the things that pissed me off was that I had an opportunity to be able to meet with a group for 2 hours. One all males, one all females, right? The female group was more difficult. Let me explain to you why. It wasn't because of the people I was working with. It was because of the COs that was working with them. So I spent 2 hours boosting self-esteem, creating plans, and making it seem like this is not the end. Only for me to open this door, and then now you say, why are you talking to blah, blah, blah? No, we're not doing that, not while I'm here. So I felt like I was the first person ever to get rolled up in St. Louis County and not be on their payroll. Real talk, that's what happened. I got a call from my supervisor saying, so this is what I'm hearing, right? And basically what it is was that the CO got pissed at me, and so they went to their people, and then their people was calling to see about me. Well, me is not gonna change, right? So here's the thing that we will do. We will respect, at least during my watch, because otherwise I'm going to keep complaining as well, based upon what it is that I'm seeing, which comes back to what we're talking about with the advocacy, right? Advocacy is a very, very strong thing. Here is where I say a lot of us may fall short on. Advocacy usually comes with sacrifice. Sometimes we're not willing for the sacrifice that goes along with the advocacy that we're pushing. And guess what? That's okay. But if you really are trying to make a difference in a way that is going to shake something up, guess what, you all? It won't come without a cost.
Yeah, absolutely.
But here's where I say the power lies in, is that cost is not so much when we're moving collectively. Because if somebody say, all right, well, I think we're gonna have to let you go, that's fine. But guess what? I just gotta let go. I got you. Come on over.
Right.
Because we only start moving when we know we are okay with the outcome.
Yep.
If I am fearful of losing my job and now I can't pay my bills, guess what we do?
Be quiet, be quiet.
This is why the coalition is always pushing for self-sufficiency. We can move much better when we are not under the thumb of somebody else telling us how it is that we need to be moving. If this job no longer fits me, I should not be stressing so much about it because I know plenty of people who call me and say, hey, come here.
Come on,
Let's go.
Because now that whole conversation with that supervisor who just came to me trying to talk tough, it's about to be a tough conversation because I'm talking back.
Standing on business.
Standing on
business.
He said he only had a minute.
Right. The key word you said was respect. That is the key word. Respecting those who need the services and respect those who provide the services. And that's where the lack comes in because you're not respecting those individuals that need the service.
I agree. Because they think they should be doing it, something about you is not right.
Right.
You need to be doing something.
If you did, you wouldn't be here if you hadn't done something incorrect. So that's where we have to, where that wall needs to be removed. I don't know how, because, some people are in for a paycheck. They're not in. A community health worker is the most underpaid. So doing that, you're not in for the money. You're in to help others. So. I'm out.
Okay. Yo, that's what the Hood Talks is all about, because that was not the question at hand, but that was the question that needed to be answered.
Mr. Vanna, don't you put me up front. Don't put me up front.
You just end up put me up front.
Y'all, and on the Hood Talks, y'all see me getting a whooping on live. I'm
You don't care where you at.
I just don't care. So we're gonna wrap this up because we want y'all to get a break at 2:00. And for my folks that's on social media, we're gonna come back at 2:15 for another live and continue a conversation. My question is to you: what are you walking away with in this room? What did you learn here today in this space and you're walking away with to go continue doing this work? Anyway.
I wrote down all of that. That was what is the CHW? Yes. So when anybody asks me, I'm hitting them. I'm a system changer. I'm a space weaver. I'm a client centered. I am the resource diversity, baby. I'm bringing it all.
I am the resource. That's all.
And then, if I don't have the resource, I got the Rolodex because I got a whole army behind me. If I don't got it,
Shout out to the CHW Coalition. You had something to say, big bro. I saw you. We let black men speak in these rooms.
Thank you.
What you say?
I'm leaving out here with confidence, shorty.
Confidence. Yes. Leaving here with confidence to know that you got this. We got this, right?
No, you're not alone.
You're
there
not.
are people who are trying to build your
You're
support.
connected.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're connected.
Hey, every time you feel good, you gotta come out like this.
You gotta walk out with the confidence. Anybody else? What are you leaving today in this room, in this space, or even this conference? What are you leaving with so far?
Inspired.
Inspired.
Good.
Supported.
Actionable items.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm gonna say empowered.
Empowered.
Yeah.
Empowered.
Yeah.
Full. Good. But no, full of heart too. Like just y'all already know I put too much. But no, just knowing love and support is just it makes my heart full to be in this space and to see these people and like know that you're not alone on your mission to help in the community.
No, you're not alone. All right, y'all. Well,
Okay, so
since you're talking about what the value is and taking away from everything that was discussed today, you do have an opportunity to go upstairs to room 208 and do a writing prompt to write about your experience or anything that you may, kind of want to contribute to this experience today or anything that you want to write about.
And I will also,
Hashtag journal. Yep, it is published on a national resource, so it'll be published in a national newsletter. It can have your author name under it, or it can be anonymous if you don't want people all in what you was talking about. But we would love to hear from you, especially if you enjoy writing. And Candace has set up the ambiance, there's music playing, it's a very personal experience, no one can see your computer screens. And it's as much or as little as you like, you can give us bullet points if you want it. Don't go too far. Enjoy.
Yes, if you want to remain anonymous, most of y'all on camera now.
y'all are live. And that is now my call of action. Okay? Make sure you go like the Hood Talks podcast
Yes.
on social media.
Okay.
Instagram. Stay connected to us as well because we want to keep in continue. We have an event tomorrow. If you can come out, we're talking about
2 to 4.
2 to 4 at the Delmore Divine. We're talking about how the school system is still failing Black children. So definitely come out to us and go share this live.
Yes.
Community health workers, go make this a big one. You can also ask it on YouTube, on the coalition's page as well. Share this video. Get this out. Get this information out. Because that's one thing we aren't is gatekeepers and gatekeepers.
Yeah.
We are not that. We share information. We give access to resources. We ain't gatekeeping and we ain't power word. Right?
Thank y'all.
Woo!
If you all enjoyed this conversation, they are back in this room from 2:15 to 3. You're welcome to rejoin.